Hey, social media family and friends. Listen, here I am, getting ready to do something that you guys loved when I did on the first book, and that was to read some snippets from snippets, or you want to say excerpts from the first book. Y'all love that. So I'm going to do that with the second book also. And by the way, here is the second book. This is book 2, Snakes in the Garden, okay? And this is the limited edition table book section. It's a little bigger, and it's only going to be 300 of these printed. So you might want to get this limited edition, okay? Because after that, it's going to be standard. All right. So what I'm going to do is, let me give you an overview of what's happening. Me, Marjorie, Pete, my co-defendant, his wife, Donna, and John, my supplier out of L.A., and his wife, Sharon. We all in Las Vegas. And the fight, Marvin Hagler and Sheree Leonard will be fighting 2 days later. So we came early just to party. You know, we balling. And so what happened was we go to dinner, and John, my supplier, he gets sick. And so, I mean, really sick. So his whole thing was he told his wife to go on and party and eat dinner, but he's going back to his hotel room and lay down and rest, and he'll catch up with us later. And so he did that. And so we partied, and I'm going to start from there. I'm going to read this section. It's called Chapter 43. The title is Dickie to the Rescue. All right, Las Vegas. About 1 a.m., we arrived back at Caesar's Palace after a night of hearty party. I was thankful that Marjorie didn't care much about dancing, mainly because she didn't know how. The margaritas and Sharon, her girl, and this girl danced blisters on my feet. I couldn't get her back to the hotel fast enough, and neither could Marjorie, who wanted to put hands on Sharon because she was getting a little too friendly with me. Sharon didn't realize that Marjorie was ready to save her a trip going to the fight because she was thinking about whipping her ass. When we finally reached Sharon's room, we waited at the door until she went in and checked on John. She returned to the door and informed us that he was in the bed sound asleep. On that note, we went to our respective rooms and slept like a baby until about 6 a.m. when Marjorie and I were abruptly awakened by someone beating on the door, screaming for us to open it. We sat both upright in the bed and staring at the door as if it were the big bad wolf knocking on it. We finally became conscious enough to realize that it was Sharon beating on the door. I grabbed my robe and stumbled to the door and opened it, and Sharon collapsed in my arms, sobbing uncontrollably, repeating over and over that John was dead. I gathered my thoughts and repeated words, "John is dead?" making sure I heard all right. Marjorie stared in disbelief, like a deer caught in the headlights. Sharon was stuck to me like a tattoo. I pried her off me and rushed to their room with her clothes on my heels. Marjorie leaped out of bed in hot pursuit. We rushed into the room, and I nervously shook John lightly, knowing that it was a waste of time because I saw death written on his face. We discovered later that he died of congestive heart failure in his sleep. I'm going to stop right there. And yeah, this was the poignant part of our trip to Las Vegas. So yeah, there it is. So I'll see you next time with the next snippet, okay? Peace and love, baby.